who is still at large at this hour, attempted assassination of two police officers in their squad cars in cold blood. Again, viewer warning, the video we are about to show you is extremely graphic. It's also sad, and it's also something that we need to now unite and prevent. The surveillance footage shows that perpetrator, watch him on the screen, approaching the police vehicle, opening fire on cops not suspecting this, and of course running away like a coward. Both officers inside were shot. They both remain in critical condition at this hour. One of the LA deputies, a 31-year-old mother, shot in the jaw, but look at this. She is seen here rendering aid to her 24-year-old partner who was shot in the head. And this comes after months and months and months of anti-police protests that the Democrats even denied in Los Angeles, and by the way, months of anti-police rhetoric from liberal Democrats from liberal cities and liberal states all across the country, along with their, of course, anti-police budget that slashed the LAPD funding by $150 million. By the way, Kamala Harris, she praised that cut. We'll have more on that coming up, along with the sickening footage of so-called anti-police protesters blocking the emergency room entrance and exit to the hospital where these two officers are now in critical condition. Yep, they were saying and chanting over and over again, we hope they effing die, the mother effers die. We have the tape. First, joining us now at the very latest from the hospital, where the deputies now are being treated, is Bill Maluchin is with us. Bill, what's the latest with these officers?
Sean, good evening to you. I have good news to report. Both those officers, those deputies, are both in stable condition tonight, and they're both expected to make it, which quite frankly is absolutely incredible when you take into account they were both shot in the face less than 48 hours ago, but happy to report tonight, both stable, both expected to make it. But let's talk about how we got here in the first place. Let's pull up that surveillance video we sent over to you guys. This was Saturday evening at the Compton Pack Station. Those two deputies just sitting inside of their patrol vehicle, minding their own business, looking out for the safety of the public, when this coward comes out of nowhere, stalks his way up to the vehicle, walks up to the window, pulls out a gun, and just straight up ambushes these two deputies, firing multiple times through the window. Then he takes off running away from the scene. We want to pull up this next photo. It's a little bit graphic, but it's a powerful photo that the families of those deputies and the sheriff himself have given me permission to show to the public. I'm told that the deputy, the female deputy, she's a mom of a 6-year-old child. She was shot right through the jaw, and despite that, she was still able to get out of the vehicle and help her partner with a tourniquet. That partner, the male deputy, a 24-year-old, he was shot in the forehead, but thankfully the bullet did not penetrate his cranial cavity and did not get into any internal organs. They were also shot in their extremities, but the photo you're looking at is incredible. The bravery that female deputy shows. While she's bleeding from her mouth, she's able to apply a tourniquet to her partner, who is also bleeding profusely. What we want to show you next, it's hard to listen to. It's a radio call that brave female deputy was able to put out. Keep in mind, it's going to be hard to understand what she's saying. She's calling for help. She's been shot through her jaw. Her mouth is all messed up, but she's still able to get this radio call out. Take a listen.
Frank, I can't help you. Copy 998, deputy shot, 902 is going to be responding.
Again, that audio obviously incredible to listen to, dramatic to listen to, but it shows what those deputies were going through. You hear a code 998 being called. That is a deputy-involved shooting. The latest on the investigation, the suspect still has not been identified. He is not in custody tonight. The sheriff himself, the sheriff himself says the A-team has been brought in to track him down. FBI helping, U.S. Marshals, 14 homicide detectives all over this, working at 24/7. Over $100,000 worth of donations have come in for a reward for the suspect. LA County putting up $100,000, more than $75,000 worth of private donations coming in from private citizens. And earlier today, the sheriff of LA County issued a challenge to NBA superstar LeBron James to match that money, that reward money, LeBron has not replied yet. We'll see what happens. Sean, back to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. Outside the hospital, thoughts and prayers with them and their families tonight. As these two officers were receiving the critical aid at an area hospital, a group of revolting anti-police demonstrators, they proceeded to block the entrance and the exit to the hospital's emergency room while screaming, "We hope they effing die." Watch this. Pretty disgusting, repulsive, whatever adjective you can come up with. The monster who shot these two officers still at large, as you just heard. $100,000 reward for information on the gunman. The county sheriff is now challenging, as just reported, NBA star LeBron James to match that reward. Joining us now with more is